Hey everyone, what's going on? This is Bill, and we're doing episode 2 of my Exploring Milwaukee series. Today, we're going to ride on the hop. Pretty excited. I've never done this before. Hope you guys enjoy it. Come along with me. Let's go hang out. So I got a couple of minutes before the first train gets here. I am at the Intermodal Station, the Milwaukee Intermodal Station. Hope I'm saying that right. Intermodal? I don't know. Anyways, so I wanted to do this because I have never ridden on the hop before. This is all new to me, and I think it's a great resource that might not be used very heavily here in Milwaukee. Now, there was some controversy when they actually started creating this, talking about like, where's it gonna go? You know, it's already too crowded. How are we gonna pay for it? You know, just a lot of stuff, right? I mean, no one's ever happy with anything, honestly, nowadays. So they built it. It is actually a free service. There are corporate sponsors that help keep it free, and right now that's the goal, right? They don't want to charge for it, and it's a great way to move around the city a little bit. So pretty excited to see where we go when we get into. They have an online map that's interactive, which is really cool. That's how I knew, number one, when this was going to be here, but also lets me know where the trains are. So if I'm trying to grab something to eat, or I need to hurry up and get my shopping done, or whatever the case may be, I can do that. So pretty excited for this. Again, I hope you guys enjoy this. If you're not from the Milwaukee area and you're coming in here to visit, I mean, this is another opportunity to get around Milwaukee without having to have a car. Remember my first episode, we walked the Milwaukee River Walk, which dumped us off into 3 different neighborhoods. It's gonna be a little bit of the same with this. So just gonna hang out here for a little bit, wait for my train to get here, and let's experience this together for the first time. My first time, maybe not your first time. All right, so we're on the hop. We're just waiting to get going. Hop on, hop off. That's pretty much what you do. As you can see, there's places for bikes, and it's nice and air conditioned in here. So if it's warm outside, it'll be nice in here. So this is gonna be fun. Excited to see where we get into. All right, so I actually rode the train from one end to the other just now, nonstop. Didn't get off anywhere right away because I wanted to see what did that look like, right? It was not a ton of stops. You actually have to request to stop like on a bus. So they don't stop at every stop. And I think it was really like 15, 20 minutes on 10. So it's a quick drive through Milwaukee. It was actually kind of weird. I was seated the wrong way, so I was going backwards, but that's okay. So we ended up at Burns Commons, which is like something got thrown at me or something. But yeah, so we are, that was interesting. Anyway, so we went to Burns Commons. I stayed on, and as we started to come back around, I got off on the Ogden and Jackson exit, because here is East Point Commons, and there's a lot of really cool stuff here. So I thought I'd show you guys that real quick. Maybe grab something to eat. I don't know yet. We'll see. And then we'll just kind of take it from there. So let's go check out East Point Commons. I'm on the corner of Ogden and Jackson. East Point Commons, as you can see, there's a Panera and a Chipotle. Right down there is a grocery store, and then we have some more restaurants. Einstein Bagels. Looks like there's a Starbucks, Jersey Mike's, Jamba Juice, Dave's Hot Chicken. So yeah, a lot of nice little stops here. There's an Oriental rug place right down the way. So I think we'll just wait till we get this green light and we'll cross this street here. All right, we got the green to go. Always follow traffic signals, people. All right, so I walked down towards the end and across the street here, looks like there's a Jimmy John's, a nail place, haircut, Fusion Pokey. That sounds interesting. All right. It's a nice view down here too. All right, we're gonna go, I thought I saw Pointsy's Pub down here, so let's go check that out. All right, yep, so sure enough, there's Pointsy's Pub right there. Known for their chicken wings, supposed to be really, really good. It's a nice, small, quaint little restaurant. Looks like it's pretty busy in there already, which is really awesome. Great for this side of town. Now, you could walk across the parking lot where the Pick and Save is and get here. I walked around, but now I did notice that there's a Panera. I'm actually part of the Sip Club, not sponsored by them whatsoever, but actually works out in my favor because I can go grab something to drink. So I'm gonna take a walk around the block, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna go wait for the hop to come back around, and I'll jump on that and see where else it takes us. All right, so far I'm enjoying this, and it was busy. Let me tell you, that's the other thing too. So when I first got on at the Intermodal, there was like a couple people that jumped on. Once we got to Plankington, which is closer to where all the shops and restaurants are, a lot of people jumped on, a lot of people. And then they started jumping off and on, you know, throughout this entire thing. So I think it's nice because it's being used, which is awesome. And they don't just have one car that goes around. I think they have like 3 or 4 cars that go around. And it's fun because when they get to the end, the driver has to go to the other side. So she was going one way, and then obviously to come back, she had to get in the other car and drive the other way. So yeah, fun. Anyway, all right, guys. I'll see you in a second. I got my Panera. I'm at the stop, and I didn't have to wait too long. So that's kind of awesome. I saw it driving past me as I was going to get this, so I knew I wasn't going to be waiting too long. But so in the amount of time that it took me to walk around, film a couple of things, grab something to drink, getting back on the hop, I like that. That's really cool.
Now arriving at Cathedral Square Westbound. Doors will open to the left.
My next stop, which was only 2 stops away from where I got on, is Cathedral Square Park. This is kind of, I would say, probably in the heart of downtown. You're a couple blocks from Water Street going one way, a couple blocks from Wisconsin Avenue going the other. It's a fun little area. Nice park for kids to come play. There's some restaurants around here. I think they even have music, live music here. So it's a fun little place. So I think what I'm going to do is just kind of the same thing we did at the last stop, right? Let's just walk around the block or two and see what's around. Yeah, let's do that. Alrighty, so I just walked to the other side of the park. You'll see there's a Real Chili, supposed to be really good chili there. Flannery's, they have a bar and restaurant. Looks like there's some other restaurants down the street there. But yeah, like I was saying, you know, you just take a walk down the block and see what you find. There's a cathedral, which is why we have Cathedral Square Park here. And there's actually, down that way, a little cupcake place. So, now if memory serves me right, I might actually be able to just walk to the next stop on the hop. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. All right, so I was kind of right. I remember seeing the Real Chili when I was on the hop, you know, going the first time, and I was like, oh, there's got to be a, you know, stop right there. And it is, but it's, you know, going eastbound, if you will, northeastbound. So then I was like, okay, well, let's take another walk, one more block, and sure enough, I am on Broadway and I am at the stop. So this is the, let me take a look. This is the City Hall southbound stop. So there's a wedding going on here, kind of cool, right by the municipal building. So yeah, I guess we'll just wait for the hop to show up. I can always check the website to see when that's going to be, but I'm just going to relax. It's a beautiful day out here. Still got my drink. So yeah, I'm just going to do that. It's been great so far. But you guys want to see what I see? Let me just show you around real quick. Here, we got the BMO building. Right down Broadway there. There's that wedding I was telling you about. Congratulations to the happy couple. Here's my little stop. And there we go. And actually, they have all of these really nice maps here so you can see this as well. So if you don't have internet for some reason, you guys can do that. And it's really easy to see these stops, right? Not only do they have the signs there, but these hop stops are pretty basic, real easiest to identify. So yeah, all right guys. Oh, now we just wait. So while I'm waiting for the hop, I thought I would just also point out that we talked about walking around, which obviously is, you can do that. We talked about getting on and off the hop, which has been really cool so far. We do have those electric scooters around, and we actually have bubbler bikes. Bubbler is a company that's local here. They have different bike stations. You basically rent it per minute, I think is what it is. You can go to the website and check it out, but it's really kind of nice. So not only do you have the hop, you can walk, you can take a bike, you can do your scooters. So a lot of different ways to get around here in Milwaukee. Kind of interesting too, like a lot of bigger cities, maybe, I don't know, this is how I feel about it, but like during the weekends, not a whole lot going on here because a lot of businesses, office buildings and stuff like that. Now there are going to be busier areas, obviously, but like just kind of riding around the hop and kind of just looking and seeing what's going on. It's not a whole lot of activity up here except for just people living their lives, which is always fun to see. So, but yeah, don't think that you don't have options. You have plenty of options. You do not need a vehicle when you're in downtown Milwaukee to get around. So, all right. I think I have actually I did look. I cheated. I looked at the schedule and I got 10 minutes left. So I'm gonna play on my phone, I think. Check my Instagram. Are you following me on Instagram? If you're not, you should. It's kind of cool. All right. So I got on just to get off on the next stop, which is Wisconsin Avenue. Now, Wisconsin Avenue is a main thoroughfare here. You can actually take it that way to go towards the lake, some restaurants and stuff like that. If we go the other way, that way, you're going to be able to find Third Street Marketplace, some restaurants and stuff like that too. So again, very centrally located, a lot of different things you can get yourself into. Kind of cool. It looks like the bridge is actually lifting. There is a bridge here, obviously, because this goes over the river, and it's lifting to let boats through. So kind of cool. So yeah, as you can see, most likely you can see that the bridge is up. All the lights are going off there, and it's got the barriers right in the front so that people don't try to drive through it or drive into the river. So, but yeah, very walkable place. You have the options of going this way. This would take you to the Milwaukee Public Market. It's a short walk that way. Then you have your Planet Fitness if you need to get your workout on. This might all look familiar to you guys. We looked at some of this during the river walk. So, pretty cool. All right, I think that does it for now. I'm gonna get back to the stop, and I think we're gonna move forward. So I was taking a look at the map, and the next stop is going to be 3rd Ward, and then it takes us back to where we started at the Intermodal. So I think really at this point, I think I'm I'm gonna call it here. This has been a fun experience. It's not a long ride, you know. I mean, it's pretty short, easy on, easy off. That's why they call it the hop, which is awesome. And yeah, you can really get anywhere you want to by jumping on and just maybe walking a couple blocks to different places. Now, one of the things that you have to worry about in any city is parking. And that's why I think this is actually a great option, because if you find parking, you can just stay there. You don't have to worry about leaving and finding another place to park. And this hop runs literally all day until like midnight. Like, it starts at like 5 a.m. and goes till midnight. So, I mean, there isn't a reason why you don't use it. So, all right, guys. Well, that's going to do it for me. Thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate it. This is going to be episode 2 of my Exploring Milwaukee. Check out episode 1 if you haven't already. I got to figure out what episode 3 is going to be about. Maybe we just go check out some neighborhoods. Yeah, figure it out. Thanks for coming, though. See you guys later.